morning, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist David Stoltz. Welcome to FSU Weather Thursday edition. Like Riley was saying, we hit our first 80-degree day for 2021, and it was absolutely beautiful out there. Hope you got out there to enjoy it. And guess what? There's more on the way over the next couple days. There's also some games coming up this weekend, so beautiful weather to go see a softball game or a baseball game. Both of them are on Friday, which is tomorrow. And tonight we're going to talk about allergy season and some of the things that you experience with allergies. We also have a new segment and graphics that we're going to show you tonight. I'm not going to tell you what they are just yet. Will that be a surprise? But we have some new graphics that were put together. So yes, you can expect an awesome weekend ahead. More sunshine and warm weather. Spring is around the corner, and a rainy pattern is expected for the southeast. Not necessarily for Tallahassee, but we'll talk about the exceptional rain amounts that could occur over parts of the southeast, and there may be some flooding issues that might come. But anyways, I'm going to hand things off to Becca. Becca, how about this warm weather we're having?
I know. I am absolutely loving the warm weather. You can see that our sun is currently setting over Doak Campbell Stadium. We've got a beautiful sunset following a beautiful day here. It was our first 80-degree day. Right now, 75, partly cloudy. And for our temperature almanac for the day, you can see we were pretty close, or actually fairly above. We had a high of 81 and our average was 70, so definitely above. Not too far off the record, definitely far off the record for the low, which I am happy about. Our low is 46 today. Current local temps, we've got pretty standard across the board. So you'll see high 70s all across of the Panhandle region. So our coldest actually being St. Mark's and Apalachicola over on the coast, and the highest right now in Thomasville, Dunsonville at 77. For the dew points, those are also pretty standard across the board. They're a little bit warmer, so there is a little bit more humid, and we're going to keep progressing as we move through the spring and into the summer. So those are slowly starting to work their way up, definitely warmer and more humid than we've seen. So we got 68 in Apalachicola, and then cooling down or getting less humid as we move into the northern portion of the Panhandle. For the Tallahassee radar, you may be seeing some ground clutter. No rain here just yet, but that's just a little bit of ground clutter. And the bigger portions are some controlled burns that we have going on. For the future radar, we are going to get some cloud cover and some rain moving through as we move into tomorrow. Should be a little bit scattered, so maybe bring an umbrella and just make sure that you're checking up on what's going on as we move through the day. And as we continue on to the rest of our program, we have our tonight's lows. So for tonight, we've got lows in the 50s and 60s. The warmest is going to be 62 in Apalachicola, 57 in Valdosta, and that's going to be the coldest that we get, so not too cold. Tomorrow's highs, we've got nice, beautiful day again, so partly sunny, 80 degrees up in Bainbridge, and that's going to be fairly standard across the board. Coolest down by the coast again, so we've got 68 in St. Mark's, so if you've got a place you want to be, definitely towards the northern portions of the Panhandle is where I would like to be, at least tomorrow. Tonight in Tallahassee, we've got 58 degrees, partly cloudy, perfect night to sleep with your windows open and just enjoy the night. For tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be another beautiful day, close to those 80-degree temps again. So we've got 78 degrees tomorrow, partly cloudy, winds from the south at 9 miles per hour. Moving towards the week ahead, we have some really nice, beautiful temperatures. Unfortunately, that does accompany with some rain. So looking into the weekend, we've got 78 degrees tomorrow, 81 on Saturday. Those are some good times to get outside. If you're looking for a place to be, Saturday and Friday, Saturday are going to be the times to go outside. Sunday is where we're going to start seeing some of that rain. So as we move into Sunday, the temps are going to stay pretty warm, as you can see, but we are going to be getting some rain later in the week. So as we move along, I'm going to pass things off to Christian, and he's going to give us a little bit of a look at the Florida radar.
Yes, thank you, Becca. And when you look at Florida right now, it's looking pretty nice, very clear, sunny, very convenient conditions right now, as it's been warming up since we've been in this winter season all along, and we are finally starting to get a taste of that spring feeling. Right now, we're looking at the western Panhandle. Not too much is going on right now. You can see a little bit of a little green spot right there. That is not to worry, not rain. It is controlled fires right now. And as we look into further east, north central Florida, looking fairly clear as well, just like we are. Down in central Florida, there might be some very small spots of rain coming by, but for the most part, it remains to be fairly clear. And of course, when we get further down in South Florida, there's a little bit more rain right off of Homestead and the Everglades, just passing by the Florida Keys. Not too much to worry about right now. We take a look at our current temperatures. North Florida sitting at 75 degrees, and down in Central Florida, Orlando is 76, just like we are. And South Florida, 78 degrees in Miami, 79 in Key West. So for the most part, we're hovering around the mid to upper 70s in the entire state. Our dew points, like Becca said earlier, it is starting to feel a little bit humid for us here. And there are a couple of dry spots as you look over into Jacksonville and even Southwest Florida, where Naples and Sarasota is. Now we're going to take a look into the next 24 hours. Right now, our current temperatures are going to be lowering as we get into the night, of course. We should be reaching at 59 degrees as we get into 7 a.m. And we are going to see it's going to still be warmer as it gets into 6 a.m. in South Florida. But when we look into the following 12 hours, by this time tomorrow, it will still be fairly warm. We'll be sitting at 69 degrees for us here in Tallahassee, 81 in Orlando, and 77 in Miami. For tonight, it's going to be fairly clear in North Florida. We got 57 in Gainesville, 54 in Tallahassee. And South Florida, Central West Florida is going to be in the mid to upper 60s with some clouds in the area. And for tomorrow, Florida, it is going to be nice and sunny for us. Some clouds lingering around. And, well, for us, it's going to still be very nice and warm. And so, well, David, what else do you have to say about this nice warm temperatures?
Well, I'm glad I live in Florida because as I show you what's going on around the rest of the nation, as we zoom out, you're going to see that it's good to be in Florida. And why is that? Because, there we go. All right, high pressure is dominating the middle part of the country, but the weather maker that's going to make headlines probably over the next 5 days is this shortwave low pressure here with all this moisture and rain. It's going to bring moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico, and we have the stationary front currently draped across the southeast, and this rain, it's going to be a focus for some exceptionally heavy rain over the next 4 to 5 days. We could see 5 to 7 inches, which I'll show you later in this segment. But we have low pressure up over the Great Lakes along another stationary front. Out west, where it's dry, high and dry, we have high pressure in control. I'm going to zoom into over Florida and see Florida is absolutely beautiful. The high pressure dominating our weather. You have that sinking air. It keeps the clouds from forming, so that's what's going on with Florida right now. Just a few showers, as Christian was mentioning, off Miami and down over there near Key Biscayne and the Everglades. And as we look here across parts of Arkansas, this is where that rain is coming up over here, riding along that stationary front. And this is where that focus of heavy rain is going to be over the next 5 days or so. And the SPC Storm Outlook, the Storm Prediction Center, has a marginal risk for some severe weather along that front for tomorrow. And as far as the Northeast goes, just some light flurries coming off here. It looks a little bit of lake effect snow going on, but it looks like it's tapering off. So really not much to talk about in the Northeast currently. And here's the snow cover. The snowpack has really eroded away from these warm temperatures that have invaded the southeast here. Spring is around the corner. Really the heaviest snowpack seems to be across parts of the Rocky Mountains and those higher elevations where you will tend to have that snowpack last longer because the colder temperatures usually last longer up in higher elevations, and snowpack up in the Northeast. So if you're going skiing in the Northeast, there is still some snow up there. And here in the Northwest, we have a low pressure system moving in, bringing some showers along the coast, and then along the Cascade Range, we have some snow showers forming. And we're going to zoom in here. You can see the showers along the coast associated with that low, and then snow as you get in higher elevations. Obviously, the colder as you go further up in the atmosphere or in elevation, you got the snow and the Cascades there. The big picture temperatures currently, we have the colder air to the north, and we have the warmer air to the south. Battle of spring and winter is going on, full effect. If you want warm weather, you can down here in Tallahassee at 76 degrees. As you move further north up there near Minneapolis, 35, but temperatures are above freezing currently, so yes, spring is definitely around the corner. And look at all this dry air. These dew points this low, this is dry sinking air right here. Not going to have very much cloud cover as far as that. And it's going to be colder too because those dew points are lower, allows the temperature to get lower also. And if you want some muggy weather, southeast, mostly like Florida and along the Gulf Coast is where you'll find your higher dew points. And here's the future radar. This is the shower activity I was talking about. It's going to drop some significant rain along this front. And you'll see here, I believe I have the forecast for the, wait for it to come up. There it is. The rainfall forecast, yes. There'll be a very narrow swath of possibly, this was 2 to 5 inches up, still going. Yeah, but anyways, over the next few days, you can see probably up to 5 to 7 inches. In future radar, we have that low pressure cold front moving through the Rockies, bringing some snow, and it moves, yep, there it goes, moves off to the Great Lakes, and high pressure, once again, is in control. Tonight's lows around the country, warmer as you're getting down in the southeast, and as you move further north, you get into the digits, the temperatures below freezing. As far as the highest tomorrow, it's going to be beautiful in the southeast. Below that stationary front in Florida, 78 degrees in Tallahassee. Northeast, you're looking at 40s to 50 degrees, and out here in the southwest, anywhere from in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Now I'll hand things off to Becca and Riley. We're going to talk about allergies.
Yes, well, we are now seeing a lot of that snow cover recede out of the southeast, which can only mean temperatures are getting warmer. Plants and trees are starting to bloom, and that means your nose may start to feel a little stuffy.
I have definitely been feeling it. I wondered why I was sneezing the past few days, and then I remembered that I was in Florida, where spring comes a little bit earlier than Michigan. Pollen is definitely in the air. I've been seeing it in my car, and I have been feeling it in my body. I don't know about you, but I definitely have seasonal allergies that have been showing up recently.
Definitely. I'm starting to feel it a little bit myself, so not the best thing, especially during a time where there's a pandemic. Everyone's on edge about getting sick. Now all the questions are going to start. Do I have COVID or do I have allergies?
Absolutely. Where there are some good ways to track that, knowing that there is a high pollen count, we are actually under a moderate risk in Tallahassee, with tree pollen being very high and grass pollen being moderate. So knowing that that's there can help you identify if you're having allergies. And there are a few tips that go along to help you control some of those allergies that you may be experiencing at the moment.
Absolutely. You want to limit your exposure to outdoor pollen and all those things. So speaking of this warmer weather that we are experiencing, we're getting a lot of warmer days in this Tallahassee area, and let's see how long that lasts with Christian.
Thank you, Becca and Riley. And well, it's currently 6:15 right now, and you can still see that sunset is lingering. So that's a sign that we are getting much closer to spring. We are currently sitting at 75 degrees with some partly cloudy skies, and the winds are coming from the south at 9 miles per hour. Now, if you take a look, starting at 6 a.m. this morning, it was a lot chillier. We started off at 58 degrees, and we gradually made our way up to, right now, 80 degrees at 3 in the afternoon. And it's already started to cool down a little bit, but it's still fairly warm. And now we take a look at our current temperatures. We are sitting at 76 degrees, along with Monticello, and 77 with Quincy, Donaldsonville, and Thomasville. And it's a little bit warmer along the coast, as we can see from St. Mark's and Apalachicola. And now when we take a look at our dew points, it is still a little bit humid. Right now we are sitting at 63 degrees in Tallahassee, 59 in Monticello, 65 in St. Mark's and Sumatra. And it's a little bit cooler up in Donaldsonville, 55 degrees, as well as 54 in Thomasville. Right now, when we take a look at our Tallahassee radar, there's a little bit of controlled fire, going on right here. So that is not rain. And we've got a little bit more going on over here. But for the most part, it is fairly clear with some of those partly cloudy skies. And we take a look at our future radar, a little bit of rain. Well, some rain will be coming in tomorrow, and we will have some lingering clouds as we get into this time tomorrow. And for our rainfall forecast, this is going to be within the next several days. We will be reaching from almost nothing to 0.5 inches. And if you can see, that down in southern Alabama, Mississippi, and even like central Georgia, it's about the same. And as you get further up, it is going to be much more heavier rain. And as for tonight in Tallahassee, it's going to be sitting at a nice 58 degrees, and those partly cloudy skies will still be remaining, but at least it will be some nice calm winds. If you're looking to take your dog out for tomorrow, well, tomorrow's a pretty good day for that. When you get up in the morning at 9 a.m., it's going to be 64 degrees. It's going to be nice and warm when it's lunchtime at 73, and of course, it'll still be a little bit warmer by the time we hit 3 p.m. For tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be partly cloudy skies with some 78 degrees, so it's going to still be warmer. And as we look into the week ahead, we pretty much still got some sunshine going on the next couple of days. Some cloud cover is going to be happening as we get into the start of next week with some of those rain showers, and it's still going to be hitting around the mid to lower 70s for our highs. And for our lows, it's starting to warm up too. We're finally reaching the mid to upper 60s. And so, but now, what's going on with the rest of the country, David?
Well, we're going to take a look at the long-range forecast. I mean, right now, it's absolutely beautiful here in Florida, but maybe you're asking yourself, what's going to go on for the month of March? Well, currently, the drought monitor shows that we had that exceptional drought and extreme conditions out there out west, and this needs some moisture, some rain out there, which hopefully they'll get over the next few months. We'll have to wait and see. And the east is totally opposite. So we have sort of a yin and a yang going on here in the eastern part of the country. Just a few spots of maybe a little bit of dryness, but nothing exceptional or extreme like out west. And we'll overlap the showers so you can see where the rain is currently. It's not really falling where it needs to. It's they need a lot of rain out here. There's a few showers, but I'm sure some of this is probably just drying up before it hits the ground. So we got the showers activity where we don't need it in the current snow cover. We have some snow cover up here, which is good for any drought conditions up here once this melts, but there's really nothing down here to alleviate the drought in the southwest. And over to the east, we have the snow cover continues to be up here, but as you can tell, if you've seen maps of previous weeks, that this has really eroded away due to those warm temperatures over the southern part of our country. And Euro rainfall forecast, we were talking about this earlier in the show. Here's that swath of exceptionally heavy rain here. It could be anywhere from 5 to 7 inches, maybe a little bit even more, 7 to 10 in local spots. So we'll have to keep an eye on this area in the southeast here as this unfolds over the next 5 days. And here's the GFS rainfall forecast, pretty much almost lining up with what the Euro is seeing also. That swath of 5 to 7 and even some 7 and 10 inch rain possibilities in that forecast. And the 8 to 14 day precip, equal chances of rain out here as far as you move further to the east, likely below average rain chances here over the next every 14-day period, above average up here, and this is probably right along that swath that's going to take place before this period. And here in Florida in the south, most of the southeast, it's going to be below average. In the temperature outlook, looks like it's likely below average out here, so you may have some cooler temperatures. And as you move further east, those temperature outlooks, you're looking at maybe above average temperatures for up here in the Midwest, and above average for pretty much all the country. And these are just predictions. They're not actually saying that you're going to be 30 degrees warmer than you are now. So this is just an outlook. Precipitation outlook, you see it's probably likely below, very below out here where we have the drought. They don't need to be likely below, but it is. It looks like kind of a ridge pattern here, maybe for the month of March going on. And out here you got over the Great Lakes, likely above average precipitation possibilities. And down here in Florida, looks like it could be a little bit below average. And March temperature outlook looks like it's going to be likely above normal temperatures out west, out in the southwest and parts of Texas and across the southeast. And pretty much it looks like it could be a warm March for all of us in the United States. And spring's precipitation outlook likely above average up over the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley, and below average in the southwest where they don't need to be below average. Spring temperature outlook also above average down here, likely above across most of the south and the southeast, and looks like equal chances up there as you get further to the north. And I'm going to hand things off to Riley, who's going to take a look at the southeast.
Yes, and David, one thing the southeast will not see anything short of ahead are these warm temperatures. Look at all these reds across the map, indicating a lot of temperatures flirting with the 80s today. And even farther north, places like Little Rock and Nashville in the 50s, but we're not talking about conditions too cold, especially here in Tallahassee. So our first 80-degree day of the year. That's something I love to emphasize because I love that warmer weather. And our dew points are not too uncomfortable in portions of the northern Gulf of Mexico. Seeing our highest dew points, really 62 degrees there in New Orleans. Might feel a little bit muggy there, especially somewhere in Miami where we are currently seeing a dew point of 68 degrees. But overall, a fairly comfortable day across much of the South, even a little dry as you head up to places like Nashville with a very low dew point temperature there. Now, our wind speeds, they are kind of showing a general consensus from portions of the west, especially as you head to places like Birmingham, Jackson. And this is associated with what is not going to be very below average in terms of rainfall ahead. And that is a storm system right here producing some rain over portions of Texas into Oklahoma. That is starting to move its way towards the east. So places like Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, all those states, you want to have a heads up for this wet weather that is on the way. Portions of southern, southeastern Texas and the Houston area up towards Huntsville, seeing some light showers moving through the area. We see a little bit heavier rain as we head into portions of southern Arkansas. Just as you head between Little Rock and Shreveport, we do have quite a bit of heavy rain moving just to the east there of I-30. And just overlaying this with our storm outlook for today, we do have a marginal risk of severe weather extending from cities such as Dallas through Shreveport, just along that I-20 corridor into Mississippi. And currently overlapping our radar with some available energy right now. A lot of that instability in these red shaded areas is staying farther to our south, so that severe weather threat isn't going to be exponential here. We could see some severe storms pop up here and there, and we see that taking a look at our future cast. A couple cells, look at these. Our future radar has about 3 cells lined up one by one right behind each other. That is going to account for some significant rainfall and then even more rain on the way for the same areas, especially in portions of southern Arkansas and northern Mississippi. So taking a look at this storm outlook for our day tomorrow, we still have that chance for some severe weather. It extends a little farther towards the east this time. Portions of northern Alabama, Mississippi, into southern Tennessee really start to get in on it there. And we see all this rain that is on the way for these regions, even some snow for portions of the mountains there in northern Virginia and West Virginia. And this rain will continue throughout the weekend, settling down a little bit before we get some more rain for our day on Saturday. So into this evening across the southeast, pretty much a drier than usual day over portions of the southeast. Charleston getting down to 50 degrees, still staying warm there in Miami. But for our day in the southeast tomorrow, look at all these warm colors we're seeing right along the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of 80s showing up on the board again for Florida, which, you know, I love to see it. It's beach weather coming back for us here, Becca. And you have a live look here at our last local forecast of the night.
Yes, I do. As you can see, our sunset's changed quite a bit since we first looked at it. Temps went down just a little bit, 75 degrees, partly cloudy. As we move along hour by hour, you'll see it's actually going to be fairly nice again as we're looking out. Tomorrow it'll start a little bit cooler, but it's going to work its way up fairly quickly, hitting those high temps right around the mid-afternoon where the temperature is the highest, right around 3 p.m. For the radar, again, just some controlled burns and some scattered ground clutter at the moment. No rain yet. For the regional radar, same type of thing. We've got some scattered things out there, but for the state of Florida, no rain at the moment. For our future radar, again, we have some scattered rain and clouds moving through. So these are going to be moving in tomorrow morning, and they're going to be pushing a little bit further north, and we should have a clear afternoon and evening tomorrow. And this mirrors with the rain forecast. And you'll see we've got some rain coming through, pushing across through areas of Florida and up towards Georgia. For tomorrow's highs, we're looking at a very nice, beautiful day again. So we've got 80 degrees in Bainbridge. For us, it's going to be 78 in Thomasville as well. And then the coolest actually down by the coast, 66 at St. Mark's. For the dog walk forecast, tomorrow is a wonderful day to go play with some furry friends outside. So it looks good all throughout the day. We've got 64 degrees in the morning if you're more of someone who likes to sleep in, 73 at noon, and 76 at 3 p.m. Tonight in Talia, another beautiful night, 58 degrees, perfect night to sleep with the windows open, of course, unless you have allergies. And then you're going to want to keep your windows closed, make sure that you don't get any congestion. Looking at the week ahead, we've got a beautiful weekend. So if you weren't able to take advantage of the time of the beautiful weather that we had today, don't fret. We have a decent amount of sun coming in. So Friday and Saturday are going to be wonderful chances for you to get outside and take advantage of some wonderful weather. I know I have outside plans on Saturday, so hopefully you'll be able to find some time between Friday and Saturday before we have some rain and storms moving in. Sunday it's going to be cloudy with a high of 76. You'll see our highs stay across the board in the 70s, lows in the 50s and 60s. And we got some rain coming in for the end of the week. That's going to make it a little bit of a wet week, but altogether very nice. I'm going to pass things over to the desk to David and Christian to finish us out tonight.
Yes, thank you, Becca, for that last look at our local weather. I just want to congratulate Becca on her first time on the show tonight.
Absolutely.
I think she did an awesome job, Becca. And so, yeah, there you have it. We're going to have the sunshine for us here in the Big Bend area for the next few days, and those rain chances will go up, though, next week, Christian. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably going to be, there were some dry spots here in Florida that we could use some rain for our vegetation. And, but, you know, overall, it's not looking too bad. And
Right.
I completely agree with Riley. It's really nice to start seeing those warm temperatures because it's been quite a while. It's been a good few months.
Absolutely. And if you have a chance, we do have a women's softball game tomorrow here in Tallahassee, and we also have a baseball game tomorrow also. So if you have a chance to go out to those games tomorrow and support our teams, that'd be awesome. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU weather.
And always like us on Facebook so you can get those updates from us.
Remember to send us pictures and watch us live Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock on YouTube, youtube.com/FSU weather.
And we love it when you guys send us some pictures when you follow us on Instagram, and we will always advertise those beautiful pictures that you send to us. We are absolute suckers for them. And, well, I guess keep enjoying the warm weather for now. We might have a couple cold spells, but for now, I am student meteorologist Christian Palacio.
And I'm student meteorologist David Stoltz. Have a great evening.